Okay, we're officially back. I made that first session kind of short. Wanted to jump off, had a little something. I'm back. We're picking up from where we started from. No big run on, intro here. We're going to get right back into it. Right back into it. Next up is Parka Pal. Parka Pal! Are you here? Looks like we got some more live music. I love this. I've submitted Spencer before as a part of the Wolf Parade and Sunset Rubdown. Here's some of his solo stuff. I saw him on this tour in 2013 at a tiny artsy venue in the university with like maybe 60 seats. It was very cool. All right, guys, let's do this. This is Moonface's or Spencer King. The name of the song is Julia with Blue Jeans On. Let's go. Oh, thank you for that, Acker, for that upgrade. All 5 members have been there doing it since 2013. That's good. Holding down that sustain pedal.
It's a madman's game, making cadences, land in golden fields. A madman's game, making the commonplace unreal. I can't say why, but I have a way of bleeding dry anything you call a rose. From red to white, a full bouquet, to fucking snow.
I know it's played in a church, but there's a little bit more of a cathedral reverb on it. I mean, I can see that there's some room mics out there. But then again, I'm sure this wasn't the live recording.
It's a madman's game.
This tone also doesn't sound like it's coming from an upright
A lot
piano.
of time in my expensive furs when the question first occurred to me, is there anything more famous, anything more grand, anything more noble than a folded hand? Fantasy, it's a madman's game. At the very least, a younger man's game. Now I'd say the only word worth singing is a name. And I'd say the only name worth
Well, I like this
singing
dynamic change in his
is
performance.
not God, it's you. Julia, as beautiful and simple as the sun. Julia with blue jeans on. And Julia, as beautiful and simple as the sun. Just Julia with blue jeans on. I see you there, oh, at the bottom of the stairs.
This is very nice.
Obliterating everything I've ever written down. Was there any other way that you could have been found? Oh, Julia,
One of the things about the track, outside of the smaller things that I was talking about, whether it was authentically an upright piano and all the audio statements I was making, his voice and the passion within his voice and his performance is S-tier artist, if you would. What I will say is, though, the very last, I'm going to say, was it maybe 8 bars? When he really started to wail onto the piano and give us a little bit more intensity with his dynamics. I think one of the things that I heard that I really like, and I like if engineers know how to do this and they could manage and harness that beast, it's not riding, we call it riding the volume of the reverb or the output of the send, or actually the return, I mean. So in other words, it's as if the reverb that was placed on the vocal and on the piano actually was set at a straight level. But when he became a lot more powerful with his piano player and vocals, instead of writing that back so it wouldn't become overwhelmed, it like sat there, which means that the threshold into the reverb pushed hotter and the return of the reverb came out hotter. And sometimes, it depends on what it is. You want to ride that, not get it overly wet and stuff like that. But the fact that he leaned into it with his vocals and his piano, and it became a little more saturated in that reverb, I thought was a brilliant effect to it, kind of bringing us into the depth and into the long game of the song is what I'm saying. That's how I felt about it. Mayaka, how are you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right, next up is Jexira. Hi, Jexira, what's happening? How are you? Oh, you guys are all going to like this. Okay, ready? Here's from Jexira. Here's his message. New Zombies map dropped, which means it's time to come back with a new track from Kevin Sherwood. This time featuring vocals from the talented Maluka. Okay. When you introduced me to Kevin Sherwood last time around, and then I posted it on my RPG's channel, it's great to learn about the history of somebody like Kevin Sherwood. When I had mentioned that, I don't know who came before whom, whether it was a Mick Gordon style or him, and that Mr. Kevin Sherwood's been around for a minute. And I've listened to a couple of other his arrangements just on Spotify, and I was like, bruh. So in the best way that I could say it is an old fart, bruh. So here we go. This is Black Ops 7 Zombies, Even Cry, with featuring the composer Kevin Sherwood and the vocals of Maluka. All right, let's go. I love the pinging guitar work, giving us some depth. But that bass line's holding the balls already. Oof. Would have liked to heard the vocals out a little more. A little bit of a periphery vibe in the mixing, in the engineering. again, so scooped off of that chugginess. Those female background vocals back there, brilliant. Tasteful but light. Squeezing in that harmonics. There's a lot happening back there. Wow, his skill set. Super heavy on the layers here. Monkey! F4F. How's it?
When
All right, so obviously this just released about 8 days ago. Without a doubt, obviously he's, as a composer, his lead instrument, his main instrument is guitar. There was a lot of arrangements happening in the background that was a little deeper than I think a lot of people may have pulled into, because there was a lot of really great riff work that's going on there, really stepping out there with the intervals that he was leaning into. I want to say at the beginning of every verse, where the vocalist had a little bit more of a presence in the mix. I love the patterns that he's using in kind of a pseudo clean guitar. It sounded like it had just a little bit of sizzle on it. That was doing these kind of arpeggiated muted guitar patterns there. There was a little bit of darkness along with the bass that could have been kind of a way pulled down guitar that kind of kept the focus right about here, if I'm thinking of stereo. Then when he comes in dynamically with the riff and the riff takes over, then you're going hard left and right with it. The precision of that is just phenomenal. Also, with his lead work, phenomenal. But in the hook, there was about 3 or 4 different arrangements happening in the back that were very subtle. These are one of those things like, how far do you want to look under the hood for how many elements are in there? And that's just where my brain goes and hears these things. And I can't tell if they were all, guitar overdubs, or maybe there was some what I would consider more metalcore synth sounds. I think I mentioned this once before, where because of the trend of a lot of keyboard sounds going into, mellow death, metalcore, and all of those subgenres that are, pseudo melodic with clean voices and growling voices, and where production's gotten to. There's quite a few modules that have been released with keypads and tones that already have essence of guitar, but not quite. And then you could really trick it out and put delays on it and make it work, because that's where we seem to be right now in the world of forward production of this style of music. He did a phenomenal job on the mix. It was crystal clear. I don't know where this would have fit in the game. Obviously, I don't play the game. But I thought it was a phenomenal song. He's just a great composer, great guitar player. Everything crystal clear production. You know, and when I say that, that's like sculpted crystal clear production. You know, and to a certain point, that's where you go, excuse me. You know, they really lean on that production element there to get the sounds the way they want. So thank you for bringing that through. That was pretty shockadoobies. We had a raid while we were coming through here. I think that's when people come by and say hi with other people, as I believe. Moki F4F. Thank you for the raid. And thank you, Kados, for hanging out. You guys are, excuse me. Doing the aloha that we do here as the Kados. I guess I have to raid somebody too. I have to dole it back. You guys gotta teach me, not right now, maybe the next session I do with my mods, teach me how to raid somebody and what that's all about. I gotta learn the concept. You know, that's what that is. All right, let's onward, move it onward. Hardcore. Elder fans raid, bruh. Me and my walker. Hey. Oh, I see. Well, I got you. Yeah, I'll look it up. I guess I can look it up online and how to do a raid for my channel. I don't know what buttons to press, but that sounds like it'd be really fun to support other people. That's pretty shockadoobies. All right. Let me see. Next up, this is from Hardcore. We have no message. Really cool bass line for a pop song. Just a great vibe track. So Hardcore wants us to listen to Nye Tapes, N-A-G-H. Unless it's a typo, Night Tapes, but Nye Tapes. And the name of the song is Drifting. You guys know this? Let's go. Is this kind of like dream pop? I love how tight and dry the drum kit is, the traps. Allowing the vocals to really swim around that ethereal ambient mix out. There's a little light bell pad back there. Great stack there, what's happening right here. I love the lo-fi muted chords that are being played. There's a nice little pulse in the, and that was a nice build right there. In the synth changeover on the pad. This was that sound I was talking about earlier in the track. I really like this track, man. It's got such a great flow to it. Oh yeah, Empire of the Sun. That's a good call, Michael. Ooh, a fade. Since when has that happened in pop culture music? Love this track. At the very beginning, my very first comment that I just kind of took away from it really quick as an engineer is I loved the intimate, tight sound of the trap, the drum programming. Didn't have a lot of a high-end thing happening going on there. And they kept it nice and intimate and small. And what I mean by small is that they kept the width of the stereo experience really tight and small mono, maybe with a little bit of a early reflection. But when the vocals came in, the vocals were very beautiful, very subtle. They were, even though she was floating in this beautiful high range, at no time throughout the whole song did it become more overwhelming as a melody being sung as much as it was just a really great arrangement to the song. If you know what I mean, in the colors and the tone of her voice. And then the composer also using some of these milkier, lo-fi tones that were going there. Even the mallet sounds. There's quite a few little percussion arrangements going there. There's a couple times that it seems like he filtered out, like sweeped up a tone and maybe crossed it over a little bit. And then the other thing is that real straightforward beat. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to lean into a track like that because inherently that's just not how my brain is rhythmically bipolar. So to keep it on the straight and narrow, sometimes you got to give me something, hurry up. You got to give me something to chew on. That's really cool. Otherwise, I can't stand it too long. And this delivered as soon as she opened up her mouth. It was a beautiful tone, great mix and everything. Yes, sir, hardcore. Mahalo is what I'm saying. Next up is Walalala Falala. I never get the name right. Walala. Midair Thief is a Korean folktronic artist that makes music that is often very bluesy and still peaceful. Ah, okay. This is called Midair Thief. The name of the song is These Chains. All right. What we got here. Wow, I am digging this. Hey, Walala. There's a little bit of a Brazil jazz vibe in this, no? Oh, that's trippy. Excuse me. This is great. This is really badass. Such a vibe. The bass is there, it's just subtle. It's really nice. That's a good call, almost. It wasn't like they threw the kitchen sink in there. It's so well thought up of in production. It's pleasantly abstract is what I'm saying. You can make sense out of it. It's almost like the discursive energy of the world, but with a bouquet of flowers. Please don't be over. It is. What a bummer. So this is obviously, if I heard right, this was a Korean artist or band, and just knocked it out of the park. I loved every bit of the abstract use of the arrangements in the weird. God, I wish I had a little bit of more of an enriched palette of being more metaphoric, but the nature of the arrangements being pseudo-frantic yet beautiful, you know, where it sounds like maybe it's picking that's not quite in time, but it is, and the tones that they're sweeping in and out of. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was a great track, man. I don't think I've had this kind of a fun response where I've really enjoyed. Sorry, I dropped my pick. Where I really enjoyed the track so much. I thought it was phenomenal. As a matter of fact, what I'll do for you guys, and so many people liked it, let me put the link in the chat. There you go. So if you want to go check it out and put it on your playlist. By the way, if you're new here and you're hanging out, hi, where my car keys are. How are you? Welcome, and thanks for saying how's it. Don't forget you can join the Discord. And there, if you ever miss something, or you thought you heard something, or you hear a track that you like and I don't put it in here like I just did in Discord, one of my mods, or a couple of my mods to help me set that up, there's a page that'll automatically populate what I play here over there in most cases, so you can check that out. But I just love the track. And like I said, all these very unique, beautiful elements that were kind of put. You know what? I kind of, you guys might lean in on me in this before, but I love Korean food. I mean, I love Korean food. But if you ever have a Korean meal, they usually have small plates of different things that are, you know, part of the meal. You know, if it's the cucumber or the sprouts or the kimchi and stuff. That's how I felt this was kind of put together. The main course was the melody. And then there was all these little side servings of things that fit just perfect with it. So it was a sonic full course meal, if I do say so my damn self, without getting canceled for saying it that way. But hey, I'm me. Lately, I've been getting myself trouble for opening my mouth. All right, last of the donos, and then we're going into Wheel of Cheese. So no more donos, please. No more donos. Oh my God, you're going to barbecue, Korean barbecue? Bro, that's so badass. It's going to be a great experience. I just love Korean food. So good. Well, kimchi is like full stop. Anybody here in Hawaii? Hot, spicy kimchi. Ooh, hot going in, hot coming out. Anyhow, so last up is It Snows in Australia. Every time it snows in Australia, he comes in. We always get a super, super treat of music, whether it's music that he chooses or music that he has written. And it looks like, everybody, are you ready for this? Oh, wait a second, I gotta add to this. I know I was just about to swim into this. Petro, Korean fried chicken is insanely good. If you don't know what he's talking about, you gotta go to a place and get Korean fried chicken. It's the sauce that they put on there. It's just mind-numbing, or a little dipping sauce. I'm sorry, I read that and I went like, I felt like a Ren and Stimpy moment. You idiot. Now I must eat. Sorry. So I will reintroduce Snows in Australia's song. So as I had said earlier, whenever Snows in Australia brings us music, usually it's very super cool, abstract, classical. Last few times reading music. So that's always really super fun. He has submitted one of his own works. So are you guys ready to listen to some music of one of our own legacy Kados? His message is, figured I'd follow up on my good luck getting chosen as last track last stream and actually pay for this one. All right, let's do this. This is It Snows in Australia, and the name of the song is Thief of Hearts. Always looking forward to listening to your music. And thank you for that kick sound too, bro. I like your little snare.
This crime is deep. It's oh so chic. Trying to peek. Let's be discreet. Your sweet technique is quite the treat.
There's a little 9 Inch Nails in your voice right there. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's me. It's a good thing. Odd thing you're doing with the keyboards and bass.
And I'll apologize if I see you again.
Get those steel drums in there.
He can't compete, he can't complete his love deceit. I know you keep receipts out in the street.
Great job on the mixing.
Talk is cheap, it's time to flee.
That pattern creating the urgency.
Please again. Don't care about you, only care about me. What I'm gonna take, let me see. Took more than you took, it's funny that way. Don't care about you, only care about me. What I'm gonna take, let me see. Took more than you took, it's funny that way. No love is deep. We're on the street, out in the street, and I'll apologize if I see you again.
Dude, I'm really digging your work. The last track, this one, I can tell of some of the influences that you've had sent us to listen to, piano music and stuff. You've really extracted the power of minimalistic arrangements. Finite, or finite, is that the word I want to use? Zeroing in on the most on the most focused parts of just subtle arrangements that do just the right amount of work to give you feelings without having to be overbearing in the arrangements. The little patterns that are going back and forth, you know, that are kind of dissonant or something. You had a couple of those going on there, and they add a little bit of that pull in there. You know, your kick, I think that might be the same kick you had before. I like what you did with the snare too, the little, you know, but it was the whole minimalistic approach that also allowed me to focus a little more on your vocals. And like I said earlier, and I think somebody else had also mentioned it to me, which was this little track had a little bit of a Trent Reznor kind of vibe at the beginning. I mean, I'm not saying that that's where you got the influence, but it did have that, you know. So, you know. Anyhow, I love it when look, any of you guys, if anybody's lurking here and you have music, you know, please bring it through here. We love listening to people's music. We've listened to all kinds. Don't be shy about production. Don't be shy about, you know, musicality. Don't be shy about if you hit the right notes or wrong notes. I mean, if you actually have mixed it out and put it on YouTube, then you believe that it's finished for people to hear, then please, whether you put it on the wheel of cheese or you dono it up, you know, we'd love to hear it. You know, we like to be a part of that. That's kind of an honor roll next to my sushi roll. And, you know, you're going to play us your music, and you're going to put yourself here within us for that. I find that to be extremely humbling. And so don't be shy, okay? Good. You need a little fiber beforehand? Okay. That's fine. I've heard people fart in tune. I'm just saying. It does happen. Yeah, Mayaka, bring it whenever you're ready. All right, guys, what do you say we go into our Wheel of Cheese? Where's my cart? Thank you so much for your subscribe. And also you too, Shadow Dane. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So let's go ahead. And I got to tell you one thing, Snows. I liked how you ended this in a QR code. That's kind of cool. Does it go to Bandcamp or Elder fans or what? I don't know. Just, I think it's kind of cool. I never thought about that because I'm old. Let's get ready to do the Wheel of Cheese. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, because not, you know, my other channels are kind of just mellow channels, but I don't know if you guys saw that. I think my last, don't worry, this is not the refresh names on here. I have to refresh it. I don't know if you saw that. I mean, talking about QR codes, I put a little video on my Positive Wave Rider channel where I talk about old people, QR codes, and parking lots, which I thought was very unique, because the story in my video is that, and also the nonprofit where I started working at, they just implemented, you know, you have to pay for parking and you have to do it through a whole QR code thing. And I had business on Monday in town, and I went into the garage, which is normal. I got that whole QR code system, but a lot of the elder people are having a harder time because they're not as versed. And then you get a little clot of older people by the kiosk, and people are trying to help them out and stuff. And sometimes the frustrations, you kind of lean into that a little bit. And, you know, there was one person that was really frustrated and just said, "This is why I don't go out. I don't know how to do this. I just want to go to my doctors. I don't want to do all this stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, well, the reason when you're going to the doctors, let's keep your heart pressure down, your blood pressure down. We'll work this out for you." But just a unique transition, yeah. You know, I said in my video, I said, as technology gets faster, us old folks, we get slower. Not necessarily, but you know what I'm talking about, new technology. And it's not like QR codes haven't been around for a long time. It's now become part of the major construct of day-to-day. Instead of this one little thing for marketing or get you to buy something, it's become that, you know, one tap and go, no links, you know, kind of a thing. So I just thought it was an odd observation. I wasn't complaining in that video. I was just more like acknowledging I am making the journey. Fortunately, you and Snake and all my Kados and people and 1AM and patty cakes and all the people that help me out stay on top of the world. But other than that, blah. You missed the old man rant? Are you sure, patty cakes? You always have something nice to say about my old man rants, bro. Anyhow, that was my moment here. Excuse me. Yeah, that's funny. QR codes and doctor's appointments. You know what I did find out, and I tested it? Shh, can't say anything. I went up to a QR code, and I took some black electric tape, and I extended one of the things from it, and so it doesn't even look like it changed. And then I go, I wonder if it'll still work. Ooh, it didn't work. Whoop, took it off. Just kidding. Just wondering how susceptible it was to mess things up. I'm telling you, man, I've got a very kolohe mind. In Hawaiian, that means rascally. Such a bobo. All right, wheel of cheese it is, guys. Let's go. Let me get my wheel ready. Let me get this. Are you guys ready for me to refresh my wheelie of chiles? Interact. And here we go. Reset. There we go. Those are all the new Wheel of Cheese peoples. And I see a lot of my usual suspects. You know, I don't see 1 a.m. Where is 1 a.m. today? He's usually lurking or something, but I don't know. Anyhow, are you guys ready? Let's go. First wheel. And it looks like, hey, local weirdo. Let's see what local weirdo wants us to check out. Local weirdo wants us to see here. Looks like this is going to be a metal band. And the name of the band is called Acid Bath. Oh, that sounds comforting. And it has John Wayne Gacy on the front, or a cartoon of it. So local weirdo wants us to listen to the band Acid Bath. The name of the song is Tranquilized. Let's go. It is John Wayne Gacy, isn't it? I mean, oh, it says that in the painting in the corner. I was right. The little hi-hat. There's a Black Sabbath element in this. Is it me? Great riff, man. I gotta agree with you on that, Black Death. A little bit of Stone Temple Pilot voicing right there. Not there, but before. I love how they're just laying on this riff. Ooh, now they're getting sludgy. This is definitely some STP, but this reminds me of that one Zeppelin track. God, help me with this. Achilles' Last Stand? Just the notes that are being played? I'm trying to remember. Ah, good call, Soundgarden. I love the sludgy juiciness of the tone of the guitar. trying to get this one riff. Dun, dun, da, 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 na, 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 na. Remember that from Zeppelin? Da, na, 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 dun, dun. Where was that? Which one was it? That was on the Presence album? I really like the track. My call into it as far as the Black Sabbath influence, that of course, and then I think it was Black Death Doom. It kind of aligned with it. That I think a lot of people are obviously influenced by that. But it had this kind of alt rock, Stone Temple kind of vibe to it, because I think Stone Temple Pilots were a little bit more the dirtier, grittier of the alternative bands, And so when I hear the kind of vocals that were kind of going in there, there was just a slight reminiscence of that. But then when they cut it down to this halftime is when I was influenced by that one track. You guys got to help me with this. Maybe Rotten Soundgarden, because, we were born in the 1900s. What track is that from Zeppelin? I don't know if it was from Physical Graffiti or not Moving Pictures, that's Rush. Dun dun da 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 dun dun da 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 da. I think I got most of those notes right. That's what this whole ending reminded me of. I don't know why. Maybe it was the phrasing of how they did it, but I think that's what it was Achilles. I don't know. Maybe it was on that. I don't know. Hot dag. Now I got to find out. Now you got to be patient with me. God dang it! Everybody stand by. Everybody stand by. I got to figure this out. I'll do it right here. Maybe it's in the Presence album. Just give me a second. I got to figure this out. I can't do this without. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back to this one. Just give me a second, everybody. I got to find it. Let me see. I'll just skip into it. That was a great track. Everybody loves that. Oh, that was a great track. Everybody loves that. But that's not what I'm looking for, so just hang on. I just want to... Not nobody's fault but mine. Maybe that wasn't it. I can't. And I know it wasn't Candy Store, but I'm just checking. Sorry, I'm just doing this because... Of course, this was a great track. We all know that, right? Okay, I guess I can't remember. I'm sorry. Just give me a second. I got to figure this out. Stop. Physical Graffiti, maybe. I'm not stopping. Come on, you punk bitch. What's going on? Sorry, guys. I'm just keeping on doing this. I'm not stopping until I figure this out. Just going to happen. Nope. Nope. Well, maybe it's In the Light. Yeah, In the Light. It was this track. Yeah, this is this phrase coming up that reminded me of that last track we heard. I was wondering where it came from when he comes in with the vocals. Let's check this out for a second.
Hey, ooh, did you ever believe that I could leave you?
So that's where I was hearing it. Okay. I just wanted to know which one it was. Sorry, guys. I just needed to listen to it. Which one was it? It was In the Light. All right. That's where I caught it from. Well, my video is definitely going to get blocked when I put it up on YouTube now that I put the Zeppelin stuff on there. Anyhow, I'm sorry I took you that journey. It was just driving me up the roof. But that's what I was hearing when I was going dun dun da 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 da. Anyhow, blah blah blah. I really went steep on that. Forgive me. All right, let's more cheese. Más queso, por favor. Queso for everybody. Remember, guys, what the rules are. For those of you who are new, you put your song in here. Listen to any style of music, any kind. Only links from YouTube are accepted, and nothing more than 7 minutes. Yeah, Physical Graffiti. That was such a badass album. Okay, hang on for a second. Cheese. Cheese, please. All right. Now I'm going to update Queso. Updated. You guys ready? Here we go. We spin. Go up to the form on the top of the chat. Where's my car? And it looks like Savage from Space. Savage from Space wants us to listen to Holding Absence, have a new album out soon, and this song, while not initially a banger in my mind, has been completely stuck in my head since it came out. Yeah, it's one of those B-side songs, right, that get stuck in your head. I love when that happens. That goes to show. When that also means that you're a good listener of the complete project, because that's when I know that somebody has sat down and either pulled a fatty, had a drink, or had some hot chocolate and just listened to the whole thing, and they go, the hidden treasure. The Easter egg of the experience. So Savage from Space wants us to listen to the band Holding Absence. The name of the song is Reflection. Let's go ahead. All right. Bit of a lean from Linkin Park. Trippy sidechain on the vocals. That one melody. Still there. Hiding back there. It's like a little Easter egg in the hook. There's that secondary melody. Yeah, this is where it crosses over into the more pop elements of it, but still maintains the balls of Here's the break. Balls of the metal essence. Genty Linkin Park, yeah? Would you think? Oh, bruh. Oh. I was waiting. I hope it wasn't going to end like that. Somebody having a little... It's like somebody's kid came in and started pressing the mute buttons. I really did love the track. I loved all the elements that were kind of fused into it. The hybrid, pop, techie kind of... energy in the editing and everything. Whenever I say adjacent to sounds like, definitely I'm not leaning on the fact that, they don't have their own unique style and stuff. But, we all pull from when standing on the shoulder of giants. You never know who the influences are here. It seems like maybe the engineer and the producer and the writers is sometime all in one. Had a little bit more fun with this track. There was a little bit more of a pop kind of underpinning in that one little breakdown. And then, of course, there's the trickery in the vocal side chain. Doesn't take away from the performer as a lead singer, but a lot of things do and have gotten a lot more progressive with the mechanization of using plugins to do a lot of things. I love the guitar was authentic, dark, genty sounding, and everything. But the structure of the song was very much of that kind of adjacent Linkin Park, with a little bit of a gentleman sound of pop. That's just so bad. Please don't come for me for saying that. But Savage from Space, thank you so much, man. That was a great suggestion. Glad you came over here and hung out. Excuse me. Yeah, thank you so much. That was badass. The gentleman, yes. All right, let's continue on. More Cheesy Wheel. Let me refresh the list. I know that a couple people just joined us, so I make a refresco. Al fresco de papel. Oh my God, that was so Anglo. All right, here we go. That's a safe way to say it. I'm just saying, bruh. All right, let's go ahead and let's bring on some more Cheesy Wheel and let me refresh it. Beep-a-dee, beep-a-dee-doo. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we got for refreshed wheel. Guys ready? Did it not, Elazo? Let's see if it's, how long ago did you submit it? Let me take a quick look while I have my form up. Yeah, you're on here now. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you're number 2. There you go. You see you, Izano? Right there under the arrow in red, facing us, boldly. You are in position. Let's see if you win. Let's go. Whoop-a-doo. Oh. We are graced with an Amon track. Amon has quite a brushstroke of genres that he likes to share with us. So anytime he does come above board and he ends up winning, I know that we're in for something very unique. We cannot peg him on a particular style. We cannot just say this is what he listens to and that kind of a thing. So I am always looking forward to Amon bringing us something here. Okay. So here we go. Thought I'd do something a little different, you see. See what I mean? This is a clip of composer Angelo Badalamenti talking about working with director David Lynch on how he came with Laura Palmer's theme for Twin Peaks in one sitting. Ooh, I like these things. These are very documentary-wise, especially as a composer. And it also rings home close because I used to watch my dad do the same thing when people would come over and he'd play out the parts, you know, and before he would go scoring. A scoring, he will go. This is the TV show Angelo Badalamenti, or no, not a TV show, it's the artist, no? Angelo Badalamenti, creating Laura Palmer's theme. All right, let's go. I look forward to these. These are always so cool.
This is the keyboard that all the major themes were created for Twin Peaks. It's an old Fender Rhodes.
Yeah, it is. I was about to say something about that.
Kind of beat up. And David would sit right over here, right to the right of me, and we would put a little cassette just about over here on this keyboard, just keep it in record and just keep it playing. David would sit here and I'd say, well, what do you see, David? What is, just talk to me. And David would say, okay, Angelo, we're in a dark woods now, and there's a soft wind blowing through some sycamore trees, and there's a moon out, and there's some animal sounds in the background, and you can hear the hoot of an owl, and you're in the dark woods. You know, just get me into that.
He actually sounds great as a narrator, the way he's reading, saying what he's saying.
And I started playing. And David would say, Angelo, that's great. I love that. That's a good mood. But can you play it slower? And I'd say, slower, David? Okay. And I'd go. He says, that's it. That's a good tempo. Just keep it going slow like that. Just keep that going for a while. And in David's mind, you can just see that he was visualizing the description that he envisioned. Then he would say, okay, Angelo, now we got to make a change, because from behind a tree in the back of the woods, there's this very lonely girl. Her name is Laura Palmer, and it's very sad, but get something that matches her. And I just segued into this. And he'd say, well, that's it. It's very beautiful. I could see her. And she's walking towards the camera, and she's coming closer. Just keep building it.
Oh,
just
that change right there. That is S tier.
And she's getting close. Now reach some kind of climax. And I would go, and he said, oh, that's it. Oh, that's so beautiful. Angelo, oh, that's tearing my heart out. I love that.
I just love the way he's telling the story here.
Now, she's starting to leave. So fall down, keep falling, keep falling, keep falling. Now go back into the dark woods. That's it. Keep going. Just keep it going. Very quiet and mysterious. David got up, he gave me a big hug. He said, Angelo, that's Twin Peaks. I said, okay, David, I'll go home and I'll work on it. He said, Angelo, don't do a thing and don't change a signal note. I see Twin Peaks. And that's how it was done.
You see? You see? That, you know, that is such an amazing representation on how these composers, when you have that relationship with the director and they come even before who knows how far. What I don't know in this process is how far along in production they've already gone, if they had already showed some dailies or something, or he was in his mind and he has a relationship just like John Williams and George Lucas, where they have such a good relationship that it would be coming over with a script and an idea of, or like they did with Jaws, the explanation of Jaws, when you see John Williams talk about Jaws, and you're not looking at anything. There's no dailies there. There's no edit of anything. It's just coming there when you have that kind of close relationship. This is that process that you just kind of saw, as I've seen go down quite a few times, and it's just magic. That's the magic right there of what a composer does with their skill set and their translation of your storytelling to music. And even though right now it was just the piano and just kind of sketching, I can't tell you how many times in my career, albeit not feature films, obviously, but when I've sat down with people who are trying to mock up a sound or a music for a piece or a bit or something like that, that I've actually done it on the piano or chose a sound. And this is this is not critical, but this does happen quite often. You ask a lot of other composers, you have a spotting session, and they're playing, sometimes you got your visuals, and you play something, right? And in your mind, you're going, yeah, I'm gonna go back and really fucking nail this to the wall with the arrangements. They go, no. That right there. I don't want you to touch anything. Not the sound, not the module, not the patch that you used. Because in my mind, I was like, no. So what we just saw right there, I just loved every bit of that. That is a great session, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. No AI necessary. But that was a great insight. Thank you so much for bringing that. I really, really appreciate that. I really super did. That's pretty shockadoobies. All right, let's continue on. Everyone. As a matter of fact, I remember my dad did that once for an artist. Maybe I'll find the track before the end of the Wheel of Cheese, I mean. Where the artist says, can you do something that's kind of 50s love music, bold? My dad sat down in front of his gear, and the singer was there, and I was producing this artist. I said, Dad, just give us some chord changes. And my dad just goes, eh. And he literally starts his Atari 1040 ST. He goes, blip. And he goes, ba, 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 ba. And then occasionally he would hold down the keys and then look over, and we'd go, like, more. Oh, okay. Ba, 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 ba. More. And he actually completed the song, and my dad would say, okay, I'll get something off of that. And both myself and the artist went, no, let it sit. And I turned to the artist, can you write a melody? Said, yes, please, George, please, don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. We only had him come back later to put in a string arrangement. I think I'll play that for you before I leave. Okay. So here we go. More cheesy wheelie. Boop-a-doo. Thank you, Aman, for that. That was so cool. See, I told you he brings different stuff. I'm down for the documentaries. If it's music oriented, please, you can bring that stuff in here too. Just stay within the time constraints. All right, here we go. More cheese, refreshed. Let me double refresh. I don't know if I refreshed this enough. I just want to make sure I'm not gypping anybody. You guys remember that word gyp? To gyp somebody is to cheat them? That's way 1900s. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Ready, go. It looks like it's going to be Hendembler. Hendembler wants us to listen to... There you are. But this sounds like it's going to be a real fun track. A very interesting song from Kikuo. Kikuo? The lyrics describe the thoughts and mentality of a person with insomnia. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be. Looking at the title here, it's La 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 Rasenake. or La 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 in the Spiral. Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty insomnia. By the artist Kikuo. I think I may have said that right. I'm not too sure. Let's go. Kikuo. Oh, I didn't know that, Jakin. Yeah, this is very insomnia. Yeah, that's very insomnia. What happened? Oh. Yeah, very insomnia. You wake up and go, what the fuck happened? Jeez. That bass. Ooh, beautiful. Bruh, this is full on insomnia. Jeez. Thank you for Silent Zori. Thank you for that. I'm hearing some connective tissue. Now you just filled it in for me. Thank you. Great string arrangements. Jeez, I'm dying. Good one, Alan. Very insomnia oriented, but you got some badass insomnia with that. If you had that playing in your head during an insomnia session, you ain't getting to sleep anytime soon. That's a lot of great arranging going on there. The stop starts are the big pull. for me. I don't know why. I mean, I love all the rest of the stuff that's going on. And then the fact that Silent Zori had brought up the fact that there's a little bit of a connection to the auto sound, let's just say the sound team, if you would, in production. I picked that up pretty fast. But it definitely was an insomnia AF. For damn sure. I loved it. But definitely with the glitch for me was the silent space. Okay, let's do some more cheese. Yes, yes, we doing cheese. Yes, yes, my boto freeze. Okay, here we go. Easy wheel. You guys ready? I don't think you're ready. I don't see a lot of cheese on my chat. Hang on, let me get some water. Up, spin. All right, here we go. I need a new queso wheel. I do need a new queso wheel. All right, here we go. Ready? Bzz. And it's going to be Crossface Buffalo, in by the skin of your chinny chin hin chin, by the hair of your chinny chin chin. That's what I meant to say. We're going to be listening to a track. Let's say, oh, we're staying with the same part of the world here. Let's try this again. An explosive high-speed track that combines both metal and J-pop, composed by the most talented of musicians. Everything that is Nippon bunka, Japanese culture. This has it all. You name it, from anime to cosplay, idols, hot springs, and much more. This song is a gift to the world of singing everything Japanese that was used in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. This group, the group member with muscles, is a professional wrestler as well. Okay, I look forward to that. All right, so Crossface Buffalo Wings swears by this track. Says it's absolutely amazing, and we're in for quite the rinse cycle. So the name of the band, I guess, is LADYBABY, and the name of the song is Nippon Manju. So let's enjoy this together. All right.
Nippon Manju!
The wrestling guy in the middle. Wow, I love that riff, man. It's sick. Not a super fan of the drum sounds, but I don't care. I'm just saying. Yeah, this is where it gets a little poppy. But still keeping the rock elements in there, very punchy. A lot of those synth elements back there, kind of chopping away at it. Those stabby synth keys that are behind all the guitars. I like the arrangements of the piano. I'm just laughing a little bit at some of the synth work in there. I thought it was great. I so dug the track. Very creative. So whatever it is, I guess it was for the 2020 Olympics, but then somebody had put down that it was for the tourist department, or maybe it was reused again for another pitch for tourism, or whatever the case is. The imbalance of the balance. Funny enough, as a wrestler, everything is about balance. Before the takedown, and he was totally in control of the balance and the takedown of this track, in the sense that fusing in their voices, the girls with his and stuff. I thought that was an excellent kind of tug of war and everything that was created. I definitely can hear a lot of the J-pop kind of arrangement in there. And if you could throw it, was as soon as you throw that genty guitar tone over anything, if it's mixed correctly, you could take a lot of songs into a much broader listening, what's the word I'm looking for? Broader audience that can get, you know what I'm saying? It's like you never can tell when you listen to something that's got these pop kind of chord changes and performances and stuff like that, and you add like the growly voice and some of the genty guitars. You never know who's going to be pulled in for an audience, and all of a sudden they decide they like that dark guitar stuff, and it's not just, devilish death metal stuff, so I thought it was great. I had a blast listening to it. Oh, for the Olympics, perhaps. Yeah, hey, look, I thought it was great. I loved every bit of it. More cheese. All right, let's get ourselves back with some more cheesy wheel, please. Thanks, Crossface. All right, refreshing the wheel. Uh-oh. Why can't I no longer move or refresh? Hang on for a second. We could have a problem. Uh-oh. What is going on here? Uh-oh, my cheesy wheel. Wait a second, something happened to queso. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Fromage interruptus. No, hang on for let me try something else here. I'll go cheese. Interact. Oh, I see something went on. You see the cheese has disappeared now. Let me refresh my queso. Death to my cheese wheel. Something happened to my cheese wheel, guys. Maybe something. No, it looks like it completely is. The cheese has gone bad. Wait a minute. No, it's not letting me. When I go into interact, it's not loading up. So maybe A. Cheesy wheel may have dipped out on service. Oh, wait. Hey, flickerish. Ah, we get it. We get some wheezy cheesy. I think when Snake said that, the wheel got scared and goes, uh-oh, we better come back. Snake knows how to do this stuff. So it came back. Okay, it lives. Okay, here we go. All right, I readjusted. Ready? Zombie cheese. Orange cats and zombie Jesus. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Here we go. And it looks like it's going to... Oh, no. Oh. Hang on, I thought I was going to have to go for my AED. Oof. That was really, really close. We almost had another patty cakes calamity. I know, boo, right? All right, let's see what Lee wants. Lee, are you here? I don't know if Lee's here. Oh, there's Lee. Okay. All right, here we go. Lee wants us to listen to a track. Here's another killer tune from my favorite independent Phoenix band that sadly broke up years ago. Shout out to my boys Nate, Derek, Niall, and Lou. I sorely miss you guys and your special sound. So, lovely that you're supporting. Yeah, see, I love this about the Wheel of Cheese and doing this here. You support anybody you want. You know, bring them in here. Let us listen to it. The band is The Sink or Swim, and the name of the track is The Glass Eye. Let's go. I love the reverb here just a little bit. Great recording technique, nice sound with the guitars split up. Bass and this guitar sharing the same riff.
What I say is never what I really mean. I'm caught up, baby, in
Very Zeppelin-y.
these walls I seem to have built around myself.
I like his voice, man.
My problems gave them right to someone else, and I said, hey, what do you mean? It's just obscene, the shit you'd see on the cover of a magazine. A waste of space, I can't relate to people who have fallen out of place. Yeah, what do you say when you're caught in a lie? Don't say my name anymore. Forget what you say with your heart and your foot out the door. I know that you've been such a good friend of mine, but baby, it's time we moved on. Go out in a place we were made for this place all along.
Bass player stepping out, go.
The wheels keep on turning as I lie awake at night. My father came before me, even he turned out alright.
Yeah, even the bass player's got some John Paul jamming going on, John Paul Jonesy.
Glass eyes, I create my own demise. You couldn't stop me if you tried. What would you say when you're caught in a lie? Don't say my name anymore. Forget what you say with your heart and your foot out the door. I know that you've been such a
It almost sounds like this is like a pre-chorus, but I think this is their.
Go out in a blaze, we were made for this space all along.
I guess maybe the riff was the main hook of the track, yeah? Just letting it flow, not getting out there on the lead.
What do
I thought it was a great track, man. Gave me a little bit of the Zepp vibes at the beginning, as I had mentioned. I think that came in with the voice. But I guess what it felt like to me is that was it 8 bars? Maybe 16 bars of what I thought was like a pre-chorus was actually the chorus, or the area I was waiting for a chorus. It was nice, but I guess the riffage was the through and through hook on the track. You know, and you're saying that this band is no longer, and they're from Phoenix, and it's I think they sounded fantastic, and it is a bummer if they're not together. But you know, life does what it does, you know, in a million different ways and reasons. 7 Ways to Sunday, but I thought it was produced incredibly well, and it sounded fantastic. So if you had the opportunity to see these guys live, it must have sounded pretty badass, is what I'm saying. You see, I got it. See, it's logged into my memory. All right, more wheelie. Okay, time to refresh, and there. Just put the emotes in there. Just get ahead of it. Just, I know. I'll do it again. Here it comes. Yep, there they are. I gotcha. Trying to fun it. Here we go. Let's try this again. Okay. All right, guys. Here we go. Doink. I fixed it. Old. All right, guys. Here we go. Did you guys hear they were raising the price of mortuaries because of the cost of living? Look, you asked and you received. You won, Izano. I'm sorry. Oh my God, that was so bad. Okay, here we go. I think it's great when somebody wonders and they're like fairly new to Arcados. So you have won. Let's see what you want us to listen to. Is that an L? Elizano? Okay. From one of the best folk albums of the 21st centuries, in my humble opinion. It is the band Adrianne Lenker, and the name of the song is Not a Lot, Just Forever. And this is from Lozano. Let's go. Oh, I'm already loving the tone of the guitar in a very room ambient.
Through your eyes I see the smile you bring to me, to your joy tether, not a lot, just forever, intertwined, sewn together, like the rock bears the weather, not a lot, just forever. My dog barks wildly to protect my infancy.
I really love this.
From my ex-believer, and I try to calm the wolf, to remind her I am both. Still she tears at my sweater, not a lot, just forever, intertwined, sewn together, as the wren sheds her feather, not a lot, just forever. And your dearest fantasy is to grow a baby in me. I could be a good mother, and I
I think it's a drop D
your wife.
acoustic tuning. Just dropping the E string to a D.
Hold you to my knife, and I steal your letter.
It's a very nice pattern, but it's something sounds and feels like it might be doubled or something.
Just river intertwined.
It is.
Sewn together.
It's very subtle.
As the rock wears the weather, not love, just river.
Yeah, it's there.
So I bash around her,
But I love how the arrangements are saying intimate.
and the
down the middle.
poison stains my mouth. She comes, her letter, and we share paradise. And I roll them once or twice.
Maybe this is a slack key tuning.
Can't get
Dadgad, maybe.
much better.
I think it is.
Just river intertwined, sewn together. As the rock bears the weather, not love, just river. Not love, just
Judgment.
river. Intertwined, sewn together. As the wren bears her feathers, not love, just river.
Ooh, that seventh in there. Very nice, very nice. What a beautiful track. Guitar player was just having the best time of his life playing that. And I love all the little scratchy nuances of the finger changes in the chorus. She has such a beautiful voice, this singer. Just so butter and soothing. Very soothing. Like, I'm listening to this going, I'm going to put this on my insomnia list, which I'm going to save right now. Give me a second. Okay. There we go. And by the way, once again, I just want to remind everybody, if you're just lurking here and you're not on Discord, but you wonder what song it was that was played and whatever the case is, on the Discord, there's actually a little hashtaggy channel that tells you what songs were all played here. So if you end up liking it, you can go there and check through it. If you hear anything that you really like, you want to add to your playlist. I think that's important. Thank you, Judgment and Soundgarden, for doing that. Previous songs, yes. All right, more cheesy, please. Mm-hmm. Zibbity, zibbity, bibbity. Lenzano. I don't think Lenzano was here for. There he is. Oh, there you go. You heard it. Okay, good. Yeah, that's what I loved about the track. It's just her and the guitar. There were two guitars there, or there was an overdub. Definitely, for sure. Nothing to take away from the song within itself, but there was something meandering in the back there that was pulled a little deeper. It didn't. The only reason why it infiltrated my brain is just because as an engineer, my brain does that. But I thought it was just absolutely wonderful. Epic track. Thank you so much for putting that in here for the Kados and myself to enjoy. All right, more cheese. Update. Oh, fuck. Really? What the hell? Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Here, I know it's gonna. I know it's happening. Just. Uh-oh, I'm having an API error. Maybe there is something wrong with Cheesy Wheel. Now my forum is going into labor. Hang on for a second. Up, there we go. It updated. You see, it wasn't me. It was the, how do you do? See, there. The API on this, my thingy here was going, here we go. Salinzori. Salinzori. I see you, Salinzori. Thank you so much, Snake. All right, I have no message from Silent Zori. If Silent Zori is still here, it's an artist named Home 99999. I don't know. This is going to be kind of gnarly. Palm 9, and I don't even know what the characters are and in what language, so this could be a thing. Okay? So this could be a thing. Let's see what happens here. I am nervous when I can't read the titles and stuff. Let's go. See? There it is. Bye, Snake. Great seeing you. Thanks for hanging out, brother.
1番タクにウーロン茶2番のタクにルーローハンサバのタクが呼んでいますホールの4番エッソランなるキッチンエッソハーリマネドンキンマーバイス今日のシフトメンツがスワーハードロックとダンスをチャーこのあだ名がついてる名札がインロー兄ちゃんとか呼ぶやつインロー客イズゴッドマジで失笑バイトにはいらない進行 Yeah あげなゲー同じのって何知らねえもう一回ウォッカってうるせえオーダーという地味焼きだねばねばねば休憩なんか逆にハイチュウハイ乾杯リフレッシュターナーなんか逆にハイチュウハイ乾杯リフレッシュターナーなんか逆にハイチュウハイ乾杯リフレッシュターナーなんか逆にハイチュウハイ乾杯リフレッシュターナーあれ今日これ客入り止まらない感じあれあれ今日これ客入り止まらない感じあれ今日これ客入り止まらない感じあれあれ今日これ客入り止まらない感じ
Wow, it's got a lot of cross-ups in the elements here. Super ADHD. That low voice.
We are PAO 99,999.
I love this part.
Angel wings, I told the devil that I got his back. Clip my angel wings, I told the
That was badass, that breakdown right there. That was it. I was really enjoying the video and the music. Super abstract. Had a lot of these elements in there, the EDM elements that I'm sure some of the listeners here who have an exquisite ear for the EDM and subgenres can peel apart. I really when it adds that little dubstep warbly bottom end to it. That's when I, for some reason, I don't know why, but that why that affects me so well is when they have those breaks and you drop in that dubstep lower blah 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 blah. It's just such a great reset. I will say the video is just as intense as the editing and everything else. So all in all, this seems to be very, very successful. 600 or 770,000 views in 5 months. So that's a kick-ass presentation, without a doubt. I loved it. I thought it was great. In the future, when your form breaks like that, can you give us a little time to resubmit? I don't know if anybody got wiped. Let me refresh. I'll refresh what I have. If that happened, thank you for letting me know. I didn't know if there was some kind of a glitch in there when that happens. So I just refreshed it, and now I'm going to repopulate it, and let's see if you see everybody that you see when you CC. Now, of course, if you already won, you're not going to see anything, but Well, Jake, didn't you win already once today? Oh, no, you didn't. Jake Zura did. All right, hang on for a second. Let's see what happens. See if Jake's here. Yep, I see you, Jake. You're up right here by the red. Oh, you can't see it, but you're right up there. You're second one up, so at least you're on the list. Yeah, okay. Oh, thanks, Nick. All right, here we go. We spinning. Let's go. And it looks like Verex is going to be our winner. Verex wants us to listen to... Let me see. The duration timestamp to 11. Okay, gotcha. Wait, what? Can't tell if this goes over. But anyhow, let's play this. Found this bassist going down a jazz fusion trioed rabbit hole recently. The entire video is interesting, talking about how the band formed, but the song itself and my link is timestamped at 11:52. Okay, gotcha. I see what you're saying. All right, this is from Verex. So this is going to be Mamogi. I think it's Mohini Dey. I'm not too sure, the bassist. And the name of the song is Rafar. All right, let's see what we got here. If it's Mohini Dey, she's just such a talented musician. Here we go. Yep. Slap and pluck. Yeah, it's very clicky, isn't it, Aman? Crossface. Mine's like a little surfer acoustic band of old people. Jeez. This makes me want to turn my bass into a fucking coffee table. I'm sorry when I watch that. I mean, that's not necessarily, my brain doesn't, write on that scale, but when I watch musicians like that, and she's a tremendous musician, I've also heard her play some very mild, beautiful music as well, but it's very, very super, super, super talented musician there. And every time I see her show up on my feed, I'm like, I got to take a listen and see what she's up to now. But everything is very, very aggressive and progressive with her and the bands that she gets involved with. Whereas there's another bass player, female bass player, Tal Wilkenfeld. She's also an incredible bass musician. She did a incredible solo, so tasteful with Jeff Beck. I'm going to find it for us. I just want to, it's a short little bit. But Mohini Dey, fucking epic musician. This is another epic musician, Tal, I think, and Jeff Beck. Let me see. Maybe this is it. See if this is, yeah. This is just a short. Listen to this bass solo that she does here. So tasteful. You know, that's when you take, of course, if you're playing for Jeff Beck, he already knows where your talent lies. And she's a young bass player from Australia. Well, younger than me, obviously. I don't know how old she is now, but that was done probably about 10 years ago. But such a tasteful bass solo. Oh my God, just so insanely beautiful. All right, let's go for more cheese. I'm sorry, I stray there because that's what I do. More cheese, please. Más queso, por favor. Queso mal huele. Those of you you know. There we go. Verex, thank you for that. See what it turned into, Verex? All right, here we go. Más queso. There's a shift. The shift in the wheel of cheese. What do we got? Eleganza. Che, Eleganza, ¿qué te parece? ¿Qué tal? Oíme. Okay, Eleganza wants us to check out some electronica music, it looks like. One of the strangest pop songs I've ever heard in my entire life, made by one of my favorite recent groups, Norwegian electronic duo Smerz. On this maddening debut album of theirs in 2021, they explore experimental pop, alternative R&B, EDM, and modern classical all in one project, and all with his laid-back, almost spoken word energy. It's a dense record, but one has grown on me tremendously. Pop music for witches, or for, like the people from the movie Midsummer. Hope you enjoy this one. All right, guys. That's you, man. You won Eleganza. So we're going to listen to your song from the artist Smerz. And the name of the song is Believer. I'm a believer. No, it's not going to be that. I'm just saying. Oh, I like this start.
Maybe soon I'll be not rich famous. Maybe soon I'll be writing new papers. I think I'm good, I just have my boyfriend. Love is quite a work, I keep abstination. Maybe soon I will give him a patience. It's like we hold on, testing the maintenance. You think we're good if we just have each other. Love is quite a work that I even bother.
That is trippy. How they keep going back into that sequence. Or that arpeggiation is kind of off. The accents make it sound.
Maybe soon I will ask you to help
Syncopated.
me. I've been all over your game lately. You think I'm good if I just am a boyfriend. Love is quite a word I already mentioned. Maybe soon I can borrow your mind. On my big dream's been lost for some time. And I'll need some compensation for this. And I keep wondering if I'm getting restless. I'm not giving up on loving you. Love is always down, I'll be down with you. I see everything from the outside. When did this start? Seeing everything from outside. I'm not giving up on loving you. Love is always down, I'll be down with you. I see everything from the outside. When did this start? Seeing everything from outside.
This is trippy. This is gnawing at my fourth nerve here.
I'm the wounded, the shining, the wonder. It went so fast. Tell me, do you love her? And if you do you let her in? In all this pain, I'm still a die-hard believer. I realize, but somehow I see her. It's like she does all these incredible things. And when I'm here, you're not gonna be there.
I like this. I don't know what's happening here.
To see her, and all this time, I'm still a believer. Where did you go? I lost you, oh baby. Is this goodbye? You're not here to save me. And all this time, I'm still a believer. Where did you go? I lost you, oh baby. Is this goodbye? You're not here to tell me who I am and where I've been. Still a believer.
Wow, this part here. Yeah. Badass. It's going to be a hard stop. The way they got us into that with that really kind of like, you know, that pattern that they had going there. It's kind of a syncopated vibe. The accents kept on shifting. So it wasn't on the downbeat, but so that it was giving you a very difficult time to settle into it, even though everything was pretty straightforward. When the vocals came in, the cadence was very straightforward, kind of kept the vocals were the straight line for me. But the last minute and a half, when it got into that synth pad and that whole vibe, and they still were able to keep a little bit of that bottom pulse that was established in there all the way through, that got it. That was a little bit of a tip jar moment for me. Alfregian. Guys, this is the last wheel of cheese spin for me. And so let's all just keep our fingers crossed. I'm going to refresh. We're going to speely wheelie. And you guys ready? Let me... Elegance, thank you so much for that. Here we go. All right, here we go. Keep your fingers crossed. Before you go, or before I go, if you leave after this, because maybe you just don't hang out if you don't want to, if you don't win, if you decide to bail. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's not that I won't come in this weekend. It's a long weekend. I just don't know which day. I'm just going to one day, Sunday or Monday, just flip on my shit and just go, all right, let's wheel it, and just do a cheesy session. So, even if it's just for an hour or so. Plus, I've also been playing a lot of Bastion. And moving up. I'm doing new things, so maybe I'll come on in and just do a couple turns of playing video games, which I know is boring AF, but I'm just saying. How could you be wiped? I don't understand. How could that be? Let me refresh. Let me refresh. I don't know how that's happening. Where's Jake? I don't see Jenkins here. You're right. Hang on. I don't know what's going on here. I have no idea. I have no idea. Justice for Jakin. Yeah, I don't even see you on the list right now. I don't know why. Hang on. No, I see him right here. Stand by. Let me refresh. Try more. I can see you on the list here. So just give me a second. Unless there could be a glitchy in the litchy. There's Jakin. All right. I'm refreshing now. I saw his name here. And now let's see if there's justice for Jakin. Motherfunna. Jakin, did you make some changes by chance while I was up there? Maybe somehow it reset for another day. I don't know. That could be just a weird glitch in there if there was any changes made more than once or twice. I don't know. Hard refresh the wheel. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, let me try that. Let me hard refresh the wheel. There we go. Yeah, well, the wheel is different than the form. That's the thing. I'm going to try one more time. Nope, there's no donos in here. All right, let's try one more time. Let's see what happens. If you're not there, Jake, and I'm sorry, I don't know what it is, man. As a trusted member of our... All right, let me see. Is he there? Jakin. I don't see him, and I don't know why. Jakin, I'm sorry. I just don't know why you're not here. I think it's Patty Cake's fault. Let me refresh one more time. Okay, this is the last chance here. If it's not on this one, Jake, you know, there's just a form glitch for the day. Okay, here we go. Oh, there was a little shift. Maybe you're here now. Let's all look for Jakin. I don't see Jakin. Oh, I don't know what it is, my friend. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I see you. You see, it just went past right there. Jakin Vienna. Okay, don't know what it was. Took a second. All right, we have justice for Jakin. Everybody came in on your, you know, they needed the support. Jakin in the house. Everybody came in. Huzzah. All right. See, that's what I love about our team here, the Kados. All right, here we go. Final spin of the cheese for the evening. And away we go. And, okay, Black Death Doom. Black Death Doom wants us to listen to Overlord is an anime where you follow the villains as they take over the world. It's a very brutal high fantasy, but with a lot of comedy too. The song is a solo project of Mayu Miyoshima, who's a very nice voice, and I love her delivery. She used to be in a band called Myth and Roid. This is Overlord from Black Death Doom. Wants us to check out Overlord Season 4 ending, No Man's Dawn. Let's go. I love the infusion of strings and guitar and the whole thing. They're brilliant at this. Ooh, that bitey bass. God, great production. Chug, 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 chug. What a great melody. That string arrangement. Great voice. Nice break to the senses with this dynamic in the mix. Giving us some negative space. As subtle as they are, those background vocals are wonderful. And they're definitely using super chuggy guitar sounds, like very progressive. These anime composers and writers are so wonderful at dynamic shifts. And the drummer's absolutely crushing it. What a great track to end the stream on. I think one of my favorite parts of it, this has that very Ado-esque, again, once again, very contemporary style of compositions from these composers that write for anime and stuff. I love the cross up with English and Japanese lyrics and everything. But what I noticed in this one that's really different is that they really used, it sounded like some real super authentic, like metalcore, mellow death, chuggy guitars, genty tones. And they kept it in a nice position tone-wise. I'm hearing it, but I'm looking at an EQ moving in my brain. It really took up, there was a lot of power when they came in, and it was pretty consistent through the track, were those genty style guitars. They were just really nice, tucked in the mix, but they really owned a pocket of darkness. While the rest of the beauty of that kind of sculpting, if you would, the EQ of those kind of chuggy guitars, because there's a lot of that high end is scooped off, that it left a lot of room for the strings that are up there in the tone register to really shine through without having to battle it. In other words, once again, going back to old school console mentality, riding it on the faders. Not quite set it and forget it, but the strings were not battling with any other tones there. So with the guitar sculpted, the way it was, there was no instrumental collision, if you would, in the tones. Singer was phenomenal, of course. I don't know what to make of right now when you start to get into singers like her and Ado and the others that we've listened to, another one on this particular journey on our Wheel of Cheese here, you just get to that S tier. That S tier of singers, and but this was an excellent track. It's done pretty well the last 3 years, a couple million views, so good on them. Well, guys, thank you so much. I had a great time. I wanted to play my dad's track. I'll do that. I'm going to do that. I hope you don't mind. Remember I was telling you that story about one-off, playing one-off? The backstory to this really quick before I play it. I'll just repeat it one more time, but I'll do the 10-second version. I was producing an artist that wanted more of an very soulful ballad, but sculpted a little bit in the like early 60s, 50s kind of playing. And my dad specialized in what we know as block chord piano playing. So he went back into his old toolkit of playing in a style he hadn't played in many years. And all he did, me and this artist, Namahana, we were just sitting in the studio, and I just said, Dad, just play a few chords and just kind of meander around just so we can get an idea. And he just hit his recorder or hit enter on this little 1040 ST, and the piano you're about to hear is one time through. And then we saved it, and then she wrote the lyrics and the melody and came around and added some strings. That's all it is. So this is a little Jeeves lore coming here, so give me a second. Let me see. Namahana. Let's see. Okay, so this is a slideshow I made of it 15 years ago when we released it, but here you go. This is also a little nostalgic for me because obviously my dad's not around, but to hear him play and to recollect that moment. So let's go.
How I love you. Let me count the ways. There's too many things to try and explain. My heart is filled with so much joy every time you're near to me. I never want to be without you here, 'cause you're my everything. I love you. I'll try to explain. My heart is filled with joy at the mere mention of your name. And there's no one else left in this world for me but you. Just you. I can't believe God gave you to me to love every day through all eternity. Because it's you, just you, only you, that makes my life complete. You've made my life complete.
I'm not crying, you are. That was my dad. And the thing is that it was such a wonder to watch him play. He literally played that way. He like got into this mode where he just played and it flowed. And then he'd slow down a little bit and we'd go, keep going, keep going. And he goes, okay. One time, no clams, no mistakes fixed MIDI, nothing. All rubato, no click. And then he came in after she put in the melody and did the, and Dad did the string arrangements. And I got a great picture of the both of them in the studio while she was out there in Malibu. And it's just a magical moment in my memory. You know, not only working with this incredible artist, Namahana, but working with my dad and just how this all just came together. It's just one of those chicken skin moments, you know. So yeah, that was pretty fucking shockadoobies, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything else from Namahana from my from how that was the only track I put on YouTube with her. Let me just look just in case there's something else there. That's her. That's a long time ago though. That's the album before the one I produced on her. Oh, here's one. Okay, here if you want to hear like one of my tracks I produced on her. This was probably the one track that everybody, you know, here in Hawaii and other places really, really loved. And so I'll go down that just heard my dad. Now we'll hear this one. And so this is me playing the stuff and writing, and she did her thing. The way I just did it here, just floats. Yeah, I had a blast producing this artist. I had such an incredible time producing her. She is so extremely talented. But I made a producer faux pas. She was very well known here in Hawaii and had that kind of Hawaiian reggae flow with her stuff, and she decided she was going to come to my studio in Studio City, where I was still straddling living in Hawaii and here. This is 2003 or something. And she decided to come into my studio and say, you want to go in a whole different direction? And we went in a whole different direction, and a lot of people liked it, but it wasn't received in the sense that we really stepped out of her genre. And so, but for the both of us, especially having that memory with my dad, it was an incredible, incredible journy. Maybe one day I'll sit here and go through the whole album with you guys, but we're done. Thank you for your kind comments, Amin, everybody.